All right. Hello, everyone. So today we are super live today and hourly on time, a little bit behind. I had some constraint, I had some interruptions here, but I'm happy to have you on. How are you feeling today? For the people who are here on my Instagram, just hurry on my YouTube because you can see the share files, the monthly yellow file session. And what was the purpose of me doing the monthly yellow file session? Monthly yellow file session. It's for you. It's my gift for you. It's once a month, and then you will be able to have a hint to navigate of what I share with my corporate clients. Until prior to July, I used to do lives on a weekly basis, except for the last Tuesday of the month. But from July onward, we do two lives. The very first live is the very first Tuesday of the month that we do lives with a yellow file session from 15 to 20 minutes. And the last Tuesday of the month, we're going to do lives related to various topics for the corporate settings. And never forget, you always choose the topics that are going to be on hand for the last live of the month. So let's get started. My name is Paulini Janis, your best solution for business English and corporate communication as well. Because a person that does not want to be open their eyes for oratory pillars, it's a person who needs to wake up. And how are you feeling today? I'm sure you're feeling wonderful because the topic on hand today, it's about when you get interrupted. Interruptions. Interruptions at work happened in the past, will happen right now, and there is some things that we can do. That is the name of this. It's our strategies that we can do to minimize the interruptions. Did you know that there are researches when you wake up? I'm gonna put a scenario here. You woke up and you're like, I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna get cleaned up, I'm gonna get all neat and uncluttered, and I'm gonna get ready to work in 30 minutes. So this is what happens. You get ready and then you go on Instagram, you go on YouTube, you go on LinkedIn, and then you respond that quick email that someone sent it to you really quick. And then you went for a pause for a coffee before even starting your day. And then you take the call from your wife, from your loved ones, from a colleague, from friends. And then you interrupt yourself through WhatsApp as well. And what happens? Gee, that report that you had to send it, like, that you had to send in 20 minutes, they got damaged. Why they got damaged? Because you were behind being interrupted with people. Speaking of interruptions, I'm going to interrupt here and really quickly, and I'm going to put a microphone. That way you can hear me much better in here because I'm sure you can hear me with some noises. There are some people telling me there are some noises, and we must be all prepared for interruptions. Can you hear me? I have someone telling me that the interruption was terrible. I hope I'm confident that right now with this microphone, everything is in tip-top shape for you. So there are researchers coming back here. Now you can hear me clear crystal as water. I'm confident. So interruptions can lead to 20, 30 minutes of people getting irritated, of people trying to go back to their train of thought that they previously said. So the magic of not having interruptions, I'm sorry to say, they will always happen. What you need to do is to have a really good strategy. That way, with your good strategy, you will be managed to say what are valid interruptions and what are not valid interruptions. But you need to be candid. You need to be very sincere with the type of interruptions you will have, the type of interruptions that you will have. You need to use that verbs of intensity first. I need to speak to you. That's the reason I am interrupting you today. It's a very important topic because I need your approval. Yes. When you interrupt people, you are interrupting their train of thought, and therefore you are interrupting their line of thinking. So every time you think on interrupting someone, you will think if that interruption will be first valid and important because it can be valid and it can wait. And the second one, if that interruption it's invalid and can wait for later and it's not really, it's just a chit chat you want to say. It's your base. You need to balance on and balance off what will be important for that interruption. And that's what I want to share with you, a part of my yellow file that people get during my class about the interruptions. One thing that it's really important to keep it in mind today, yesterday, tomorrow, and forever. Interruptions will always exist. Interruptions will always exist. Again and again and again. What you need is to minimize the impact of that interruption. That way, every time you interrupt someone, people will know, they will understand that your interruption is extremely valid. Keep this forever and ever and ever. And the part of the yellow file of job interruptions, I want to tell you, is this part of the technique, the number two, the types of interruptions. When you interrupt the job, it's better if it's really important for that time being, because it can be important, but it can wait. It can be important and cannot wait. How so, teacher? If are you had the leakage of client consumers data, that is extremely important, extremely important. So you're going to say we had a situation happening right now, that's why I'm interrupting you. We need to talk now. If you have like the system went down for like 2 3 hours, it can wait because it already happened. And you have the ducks in a row that have to fix that. So the first one is you need to be very clever to split them. Like, is this a valid interruption? Okay. Is this valid and urgent? Is this valid but it can wait? Then it's up to you to show to the other person why you're interrupting the person or not. The other way is the way you're going to interrupt. This is very important. That's why I'm interrupting you. You acknowledge that the person gets interrupted. And believe me, approach here. Like I say in Portuguese, aproxima, approach here. When you interrupt people, people will get irritated, regardless what. So it's better if you have a very good reason why you're interrupting them. Does that make sense? The other one is that your wife, your loved ones, your friends, they will interrupt you, but then they can wait for later. Like if I have a call during my YouTube live, I will not take the call because I'm totally channeling my energy here with you to show you why interruptions are so necessary. Why the way you communicate will play a very strong role in your communication as well. And never forget these two tips that I'm putting here in the yellow file. Interruptions will always exist, but you need to know how to channel which type of interruptions will be good. And the other thing, I was intern myself in external audit 1997. I'm not gonna say my salary because it was so little. I was so interested on knowing. I would interrupt my coach all the time, all the time, all the time. But he will always make time for me, even when he was busy, because I didn't want to fuck up on something. And I would say, am I progressing well on that? Then it was probably not valid back to the time, but my coach invested time in me because he knew that I was new to the company. So I did not know very well the waters I was swimming in. So, first of all, to wrap this all up, interruptions will always exist. And there are researches that shows that interruptions can make your time get longer by 2, 3 hours more. And for sure, it's a proven fact by scientists that people will feel uncomfortable, will get irritated. So, first, take the point and think ahead. Is this a valid interruption and can wait? Number one. Also, is this a valid interruption and it needs to be urgently done? Or it's an invalid interruption. It doesn't mean that the invalid interruption, you're not going to give attention to it. But what you're going to do is to put later on, right now, I cannot talk to you. Let's talk tomorrow. And when you have someone that you're training, like an intern, like an apprentice, you need to give attention to them for the most part. I'm not saying you have to stop them, but they are brand new to the company. So they don't know the waters they're swimming in. They don't know the culture. So interruptions, it's a very important thing. And the way you deal your emotions, it's even better. So I'll be seeing you next month in the next Yellow File session. And don't forget, the last Tuesday of this month, we're going to have a Yellow File session that is not a Yellow File session. It's a YouTube live like I normally do, but with a topic that you will speak that can be in Portuguese and English. Don't forget, interruptions will exist and you will interrupt people. And it's up to you to practice the skills, not to get nervous, not to get irritated, and master your talent, knowing to break them down if they are valid, if they are valid and can wait, or if they are invalid. Have an amazing Tuesday. I cannot expect more from you guys than a lot of interest in this. And never forget, we have 5 types of generations working concurrently in the core work settings, not only in Brazil, but worldwide. Make it a good work environment. Foster a positive place, and we will have a much better chance of success. Bye now. See you on the next one. Take care. Thank you.